Hello, so today I'm going to show you how to add an asset that is depreciated into your system. So this section is actually divided into two parts. It's known as the asset depreciation screen under the assets workbench in the finance tab. So on the top, you can find the search area or the search box actually for the asset depreciation. So you're able to look for the specific asset that you have depreciated previously in the system, and you've added a record of that in the system, either by entering the number, which means a serial number that you've given to the asset that has depreciated, or to the specific asset that you have depreciated. So whether it's your office computer, chairs for the office, etc., etc. And the period as well, as to which period you have you remember, or which month you have depreciated that goods, if you have any idea about that at the moment when you're trying to search. And at the bottom, you can find the asset depreciation data area, in which here lists all of the assets that you have entered a record of their depreciation, and the date and the number, etc. And so now I'm going to take you through adding a new asset depreciation record into your system and the steps that follow with it. So first of all, you'll have to click on the Add New button, which is located to the right side of your screen. Once you click on that button, you'll be redirected to another screen such as this, and you're required to enter certain pieces of information about the asset that you're depreciating in the system. So one of them being is the name of the asset that you're depreciating. So let's say office computers, right? And the date can be from 2nd of March. Asset is office computer. The period is 3rd, 2022. And once you've entered all of that information, the date as to when the depreciation started, and the period, which is the month as to which depreciation occurred in, then we'll click on Save, and automatically your asset that has been depreciated, a record will be added to the data area of your asset depreciation section, and then you're able to either post it as a permanent posting. So by clicking on this, your asset will be permanently depreciated for this month, like for the month of March that you've entered. Or secondly, prior to posting, as when you post, you're unable to do any modifications into the record specifically. You're able to edit. So you'll go back to the same screen that we were just editing in, and you're able to modify or change any pieces of data that you might have missed, or you had a typo in. And third is the preview or show button, which will just show you the record that you've entered, the same screen when we were editing, but the data will not be editable. It's just for reference purposes. Then the fourth is a delete button. So if you would like to delete this asset depreciation record, maybe you've entered it by mistake, or you do not want this record to be there in your system anymore, you can easily delete it by clicking on the delete button. And lastly is the audited info. So the audited info basically is a small pop-up screen that gives you detailed information about the user who has created this record, the time and date as to when the record was created. If there has been any modifications, the user who has updated it, their name will be appearing in the updated by section, and the time and date of the modification will also be appearing here. So that is how you can enter data of an asset depreciation in the system, and you can search for the asset depreciation specific asset. Now, lastly, there is an Excel button or an Excel option that we've provided, and this allows you to export the data that you're just seeing currently in your data area. In your data tab at the bottom, you can export this in an Excel format, and you're able to view it, share it, edit anything, any data in that Excel sheet for your own references, or you can share it with other members of the organization who do not have access to the system. So as you can see, the number, the period, the start date, the end date, the asset, and the status of when the record was created, whether it was a posted record or a new depreciated asset, all of that details will be available to you. So this is how you can navigate through the asset depreciation section. Thank you so much.